Get this show on the road. Just taking a moment to tune in and sit in presence, warm, your breath. Just taking time to really sit with what I truly want to reflect on and share. This moment is just very intentional. Ground myself a little. It's one thing that I'm learning is to push through the uncomfortability because it's the only way change is going to happen. And even right now, it seems like a lot because I really came into this setting with a deep intention and just to show up in my present self and authentically and what I'm feeling in the moment. So, what is the sun is evading us, so not really sure how long I'll be out here, but we're just gonna remain present and whatever will be, will be. I feel as if life, especially lately, has been on the brink of change, huge change, transformation. To the point that I mean like revolutionary. And that's an interesting thing to approach. And so I sit and I reflect and I ask myself, how do I respond? How do I show up in the world? Because at the end of the day, we all have a choice to make. And making a choice or no choice is still a choice. And we can either choose to stand by and accept and allow ridiculous things to occur. We have a voice and we can move with intention. And for me, this is significant because I haven't participated in social media since 2020. Sorry, 2020. So I feel like I went through a period of retreat, regression, internal personal work, really taking that time to reflect, go within, detach from the outer world, and really see myself and the world for all that it is, and some things that I was missing. And I'm just truly grateful for the experience to get to learn and grow each day. Um, I feel like by through taking those personal actions to really, really sit and reflect and try to be a better person, try to show up better in the world. Like it really starts within, and like it starts with self. You can't do it in an outer experience in a significant way, in an influential and authentic way, without taking that time to do it with yourself first. Because you can only meet people where you're at within yourself, and the same with others. Like they can only show up and understand you where they're operating from, where they're operating from. So yeah, it's taken some time. I've given myself the grace and the time to really move through that and really fully understand it and realize it further than just conceptualizing. Because I did take a big bit of time just jamming information and content in my head. So it was like I went from being absorbed with the media and the things that were being presented to us at the time and being influenced by that and gravitating to filling my head with other ideas, religion, spirituality, self growth, doing it in a way that was bypassing, not really actually integrating it into my being, really going through those realizations, not just conceptualizing it in my head. And I think that it has to naturally unfold in that way. I don't think that we can thrust ourselves into that. Like we have to go through experience to come to realization. Like that's the only way. And so that's why we have to live life and embrace everything that it gives us, because each moment is an experience to be present, to really understand yourself and the world a lot better, to really show up authentically, not reactively, not in ego, not in defense, not in survival mode, to really show up in a calm state, in a grounded state, still feel your feelings and be present and enjoy the space that you're in, but also recognize the reality and that everybody's experienced their own thing. To just not take things personally, to really show up and try to see things from others' perspective, but also move through those parts of me that were people pleasing, were being codependent, were being hurtful and harmful myself, being unhealthy, not just in the things I was consuming, whether that be media, substances, food, comfort food, but also in how I was responding to events and experiences and things that were showing up in my life, um, and how I was handling those things, and who I was as a person, how my character came through, and seeing that not necessarily showing up in the ways that I really wanted to, or the ways that I thought I was, the ways that I thought I was being perceived by the world, or the way that I wanted to be perceived by the world. And really letting that go and understanding it and understanding what those wants and needs really truly were down at their core. And so, yeah, that's just one facet of this journey in me getting rooted in myself and with the world, with God, with the universe, with everything around me. Because at the end of the day, our experience, our presence, us showing up wherever we are, it matters. It's significant. I have this saying, we're all significant in our insignificance. Because as much as this feels like it doesn't matter, we don't matter, we're just a speck in the universe, we do. Every little bit of us impacts and influences and is connected with the next being around us. Human, animal, plant, entity, anything. It's energy. And so to think that what we do, how we act, what we put out into the world doesn't play a part, or that you shouldn't play a part, I just find myself moving through it and past it and recognizing that my voice matters and really connecting and speaking on significant matters and things going on in the personal individual lives and in the collective around the world and our nation with each other. Those things matter more on a wider scale than just me feeling it or discussing it at such a small or local level. And so, yeah, I don't know. I just want to sit here and be present and kind of move through this ice breaking stage of sitting and talking and being present and open and without the fear of being seen or heard, but putting myself out there and trying to be raw and authentic. And I know with time, Melissa, Molly, Molly, I had to tell my mama the postman was here because she had to mail something. But yeah, this is just me trying to loosen up, but breaking the ice and just for me, myself, for my growth of getting through, just showing up and actually using my voice and sharing my thoughts and ideas and connecting with others that align with those or even just want to elaborate and share theirs and expand my world, my thoughts, my ideas through that connection with others and through the opportunity that showing up in this way on social media, how there can be great influence and impact and connection. And it doesn't have to be all the nonsense and nuance that it can be or it is or as it was showing up in my life. We need to be seen valid, just seeking validation. Oh Lord, but I give grace to that version of myself, those parts of myself that seek that, because they're valid. We have a deep innate feeling to be connected and to feel wanted and needed and loved by another. So I went from one extreme of showing up every day on social media, just not in a fully authentic way, and distracting myself and using it as a coping mechanism, no, coping coping mechanism to my life and what I was experiencing. And instead of flaunting those experiences, at least the surface of them, and getting validation that way, you know? And I didn't realize it really at the time. It's a sneaky little sucker. Yeah. So, and then the extreme of witnessing the atrocities and the propaganda going on around social media at the time. BLM, George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, and then witnessing black and brown people being unalived or harmed in some way, traumatically and unnecessarily, and just seeing that constantly and putting that in my brain, in my reality, and letting that influence and affect my emotions on a day to day, and then spiraling down into those rabbit holes of just how fucked up this world can be, and also how disillusioned we can be. Because a lot of it is propaganda, a lot of it is to manipulate and influence and sway our perception, our reality, our attention to wherever they say we should look. So I went down that spiral and then was like, whoa, and that was during COVID too. So yeah, all this was a big boiling point for society, for myself, for the world, for humanity, for life as we knew it. It was 4 years ago, and I woke up to that I wasn't in control of how I was moving through my day, moving through the world, what I was calling my attention to, what I was putting my energy into, my thoughts, my emotion into, and realized that that's not where I wanted to direct that. And so I really pulled back and disconnected and didn't want to see any of it, didn't want to participate. All my notifications are off. I haven't posted on social media. 2020 was the last thing I did, so it's like I really just stopped showing up, and the only people that really know my experience, my life up until that point, for now, um, it's just my close friends and family. My inner circle, not the outer circles, acquaintances, social community that you have. I kind of completely cut that off, and I completely cut my attention by turning off all my notifications, because even that is a way to influence us. I was getting notifications that was like, "Don't you miss us?" from Instagram, maybe one of those. That I think that was. I don't think I was using TikTok at that time, so yeah. Um, but yeah, it was like calling my attention. It's like, no, that's not. You don't tell me. You don't demand my attention. You don't get that time and energy and attention. Like that's the most precious thing. And so I gave that to myself. But then I was also distracting myself with other things. I thought I was giving it to myself, and I was in a way. I definitely needed and utilized that time to just detach from everything outer and really connect with more intimate experiences, because I feel like those matter most, and they're going to be the ones that reach out into those larger connections and experiences and understandings and revelations of things that are going on outside of us and things we couldn't even fathom going through, or things that we have, and we want to use our voice and our experiences to connect and share and transform. Because just as in 2020, life as we knew it was, had significantly changed, and many may not have realized it at the time. I think many believed that things were going back to normal. Things were, and I at one point, for a very brief moment, um, just giggling with that version of myself, hopeful, naive. I love her dearly, but yeah, it's very brief. Um, it wasn't shortly after that I went with then. It was the end of 2020, so mid, end, whatever. But yeah, so using that time to go within, and then also experiencing. And that didn't really matter how I did it. I could have done anything. The path that I chose was the one that I did, and between then and now, and I feel like I'll elaborate further later and whenever another sit down, another sesh, another recording, um, and elaborate further on those parts of life in my experience, because I do feel they're very significant to my entire life's journey and these past few pivotal moments in my life. So yeah, but deeply going within and experiencing everything I did, and really, instead of running away, instead of denying, neglecting, rejecting, suppressing, ignoring, avoiding those things, really facing them, really facing them, getting carried, really getting cut. Wait, I'm just stretch. I'm not cushy. I'm a cushy. I'm a cushy. I'm a cushy. Okay. So I've kind of like loosened up a bit. I was really in my head at the beginning of this because I was facing all those things that I kind of mentioned. Fear of being seen, being uncomfortable, facing the fear of just having to show up real and authentic. Like, you can't show up as anybody else. So, who are you gonna be, girl? So, yeah, I feel grounded and present now. I know I was really a little bit more in my head earlier. I was hyper focused on my intention, and that was kind of taking me out of the present moment. You can tell because sometimes I like blah blah over my words, and I'm even fidgeting with my hair, making it clip, making my hair up, girl. What are you doing? What are you doing up there? You need to cover my ear. Yeah, get right. Hello. Well, your hair is horrible, girl, but I love you a lot. That's not a hair. That's a herb. Lip gloss. I'm putting this on so softly because it's almost empty. I need to order mine. Well, people, the best. EWG certified. Ain't no harmful that we know of things in it. So it's another part of me moving intentionally. I was talking about consumption and not just the thing that I consume, and that had to do with media and food, content, types of connections with people and things. So that includes the things I consume and put in on my body and mind, products. And so I try to move with as much intention and grace in that regard and realm. Like, I'm not perfect and I don't label myself with anything, and I don't hold myself to any constrictions, restrictions. Um, that doesn't mean I don't have boundaries. I've definitely been learning that too. Whew, a whole other topic. But yeah. Um, I did it again. Got in my head. Come out. I'm coming out. Come out. Come out. Yeah. The things that I use, and so I figure we vote with our dollar, and I could say on what goes into my what's 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 the 401 guys? Okay. But I gotta say, and what goes in and on my body, my mind, my being, my soul, and I wasn't really moving that way. I was moving in the way that I knew, the way that I saw growing up, and the world around me, and previous and present moments, and just moving in the way that you think you should, or just limiting yourself to what you see around you, or what you think you can be, or how you think you show up in the world. And yeah, so just me moving through that and recognizing that like I'm spending my money and I deserve to put it into things that are gonna provide wealth and health, not things that are gonna be destructive, harmful. And so yeah, that just is like another facet of the intention. Of the intention is we vote with our time, which is money, and stop investing in these companies and industry and people, things, whether that be with your money or your time. Ooh. Um, yeah, so that's moved through the things I consume, foods, beverages, media, entertainment, conversation, thoughts, ideas, day-to-day things, and really revising that and critiquing the things that I did and did not want in my life, and using my current experience to get to where I wanted to be. And so just doing that one by one, starting in one area of life and then moving to the next. And so that was social media for me, my connections, and then, well, really, it just started with work and my my day-to-day energy investment, work, labor, my pure, raw, creative, intentional energy from work. And I do want to talk about that being an significant point to having made the decision to leave, and I'll further elaborate on that probably in another talk because I don't really focus. But that is where it started, I guess. Yeah. Work and then social media connections and then food, things I was consuming, and then deeper intimate relationships with myself, with my romantic partners, with my closest friends, with my closest family, really diving deep and really seeing everything for what it is, not just what I thought it was or wanted it to be, or even just being ignorant to how I was showing up in the world and really what any of those connections really were, because I wasn't even seeing things from the other person's side, and I didn't really know myself. I didn't even understand myself or my emotions or my wants and my needs. And that's a really tough thing to move through in adulthood. But it's necessary. You can't just stay stuck. So I have to face those things, get uncomfortable, and I'm still doing that. But I really am taking a moment now to reflect on how much growth I've really done over these past 4 years. And I'm just using this as like a marker because really it's been my whole life, just as everyone else's. So it's a never ending journey of growth and expansion, just as the universe. And so she ain't ever gonna stop expanding until she does. So we ain't ever gonna stop expanding until we do. But until then, we have to move with intention and purpose, and that's one thing I wasn't moving with was purpose. I was moving with intention, and I feel like I always moved with intention, and so I feel like that's really led me through my life and given me really great experiences. Um, and that doesn't mean that there wasn't any bad in that or things that weren't harmful or traumatic or significant. But yeah, really reflecting and having gratitude for my path and my journey this far and how much grace, how much grace, the universe, God, the beings that love me and myself have given myself in this journey. And for that, I am eternally grateful, and I owe it to myself and my loved ones and God and the universe for being the best version of myself, for showing them the best version of myself, for giving them that type of love. This book is Halloween. I put it on. Do not disturb. What the fuck? So, but yes, showing up in that way and giving myself, my loved ones, the world, community, universe, that purest, deepest love that I can cultivate within myself. And I knew that where I was operating wasn't it. I knew I wasn't at 100%. But I knew also that I had to go through the experience to be able to grow and transform because I couldn't just conceptualize it. I could understand it through conceptualizing, but I couldn't really understand. So things showed up in my life the way that they did. That was necessary for me to really see myself. That was necessary for me to really reflect, and those mirrors were big and bright and painful to look at. Oh, I don't want to look at that. But I embrace it and I accept it, and just think being a human is so silly. Being a human is silly, and it's just really seeing that we have a vastness to us, and vast opportunity to show up in the world to our max potential through purpose and intention. And that's the way that I am and am continuing and calling in, moving in my life with so much intention. And sometimes I slip from that. And sometimes I take it too seriously that I don't loosen up. And so I'm moving through release and moving through somatic release, mind body level, trying to release all this tension, all of this repressed, suppressed energy from my being, because I wasn't always this way. And so my intention is to put down the things that I picked up in this life that I've been carrying that aren't mine and that aren't serving me, to put those things down. They're not serving me. And I picked them up from experience, from those around me, from my own personal creation, even. And they may have served me for a moment, and it may have served only one part of me, one version of me's purpose. But that doesn't mean that it's necessary to continue to move or feel or behave or respond in those ways, to view things in those ways. Um, so, yeah, just moving with putting it the book down. Like, shit's getting heavy. Lighten the load. Oh, just up a little bit, because I don't know if it's cold, or if it's because it's cold. It's definitely cold, because that sun went away. But I don't know if it's because it's cold, or I'm just getting, going through the motions of not being perfect, and getting in my head here and there while I'm expressing. And I'm just like, all right. I know, listen, I can already feel it, and it's just, I know once I really complete this, finish, release, and then move through it and reflect, I'll be like, oh, like, nothing, and like my full self will continue to evolve and express itself outwardly and come out of its retreat, come out of the retreat, come out of the cave, come on, Play-Doh, come on, Play-Doh. So, yeah, so beautiful. This breeze, even though it's cool, it's so crisp. It's so, mm. I'm sorry, that's a little too loud. Mm. My TV, one touch of nature makes the whole world kin. William Shakespeare. One touch of nature makes the whole world kin. I feel like that just aligns so deeply with what I've been expressing just in the moment today. Um, we're all connected. We're all connected. One touch of nature makes the whole world kin. We're deeply, innately connected. We are kin. We are one. We are of source. Silly of us to think otherwise, or to really be ignorant of that virtue. Nature makes us the whole world kin. We are one, and this is why I've really been reflecting and moving more deeply in sociological issues because I was for a while studying when I started expanding from inside myself, my ego, into the outer world. I started expanding my interest which was the environment, the world around me, nature, animals, other beings. And so that was my focus. I had to focus on the natural world and connecting with that and understanding that better. And for that path, I'm grateful too because I definitely gained more insight, and that has segued me into being more open and receptive and curious of humans and humanity and society and really purpose. My purpose, our purpose. Why do we do the things we do? What can we do? What's possible? Why are we doing it this way? What's the goal? What do we all want? Are we acting out of integrity, kindness, love? That doesn't mean you can't put down and stand on business. But it does mean that we can move in compassion. We're all human after all. And we all were just born here. And we all were shaped by our environment and the things that were going on around us. And the people that were in our lives, the things that showed up in our lives, the things that significantly and intimately impacted us, the things that were done to us. We're all shaped by things. We're all molded. And I think it's silly to think that we know it all, to think that we can even have an inkling of it all. And that's, I mean, on many aspects. It's okay, babe. I mean, on many aspects and many levels, within, without, with others, in the world, society, etc., etc. But yeah, there's so much to learn from this experience, and we cannot seriously think that our experience is the only one that matters. And that doesn't mean you don't get to live your experience. Live it to the fullest. Don't let people change you, but learn from others. Allow the best parts of others to shape you. Allow the best parts of yourself to surface and evolve from others. Um, Move out of ego and into self, and by moving into self, we move into everything else. As within, so without. Okay. Yeah. What was it? Nature makes the whole world can. William Shakespeare. We're connected, and it's only necessary to connect. And society, we have a lot to learn about others, and we can only start by learning ourselves. Know thyself is loving thyself. And by doing that, the fucking world changes, man. Very, very greatly so. Ah, so many more things to expand on and talk about, but not today. I will, however. Don't do that. I'm gonna press these like here. Okay, so want to see what it means. I don't know if you can. So I have the Rally Balancing Angel Tarot card. And a lot of their child. This is green tea, lemon, ginger, matcha, and oregano oil. Oil of oregano. Mhm. And honey. Unfiltered honey. Honey. Okay. Look at this reading. Very rickety. Well, mostly because he knows time of the essence and it's relative. So, gonna be present. You guys hear that? The bullets? Let it be. Like you were a little airplane. Okay. So myself. Okay. What feels necessary? What are you done? He wants me to hear something. Like I said, it could be brief or it could be intentional and as I said before, I'm gonna make sure this is recording because I got played before. Oh, oh, it's really going in my head. Just nature. Like, are you serious? Those colors. Clear blue sky. Yeah, she's still drinking. Look at everything. Okay. Where you going, baby? Clip these a little. Oh, oh, oh. Oh man. Well, in all. Whew. This is. I'm very excited for this reading. very interested and curious. You guys, you're not gonna believe like how wow. Bruh. Insane. I'm in. Oh, okay, so I have Queen of Air, independent, experienced, realistic, witty. And I have this upright, and I'm just gonna go one by one, and then dissect, and then connect, and yeah, wrap up. Or go from there. Queen of Air. Oh my gosh. Insane. Thank you. Wow. I see you right over my head as I'm Queen of Air. Come on. Whew. My breath is important. My voice is important. Independent, experienced, realistic, witty. Objective decision making. Clearing away all that no longer serves you. Seeing the humor in a situation. Mm, like, yes. Like being able to laugh, being able to be human, clearing it out, not putting up with the same shit, not creating the same patterns, not behaving the same way, not being the same versions of yourself, expanding on knowledge, expanding on versions of yourself, expanding on your interests, expanding on who you are, expanding on how you can show up in the world. Objective decision making. We have a choice, like I was saying. Like our choice matters. Even if you don't make a choice, that matters. That's a choice. We have to use our collective significantly. And I feel like the independent experience, realistic witty, like that's everything that I've been expressing in myself. Being the independent, detaching, releasing those detachments, even going through a period of codependency and having to detach from that. And experience experiences, like I was saying, like this just feels, I'm excited because it feels very confirming from this reading that like what I feel and moving forward is valid, and I can be sure that my gut and intuition is true, and my what's being called upon me. And yeah, these are tools to help facilitate that and see it through a different light. So that's my excitement. Realistic. That's me being realistic about the situation, and about life, about me, about reality, about facades and illusions. I hope they fly back over here. I see them. A huge hawk, maybe? No. Crane. So many queens of air out here. Somebody. Yeah. I feel that I, yeah, I just can be, I've learned to use my experiences and my analytical, realistic, rational mind to understand and approach situations while also approaching it with humor and craft and creativity and compassion and empathy in my left, or sorry, right brain, creative side, feminine side, which is it's gonna connect. But yeah, moving out of my masculine and embracing my divine and feminine, innate, flowy, creative, connecting, influential energy, and using that and using it tactfully. You're the dreamer, 0, Archangel Michael. Oh, sorry, Metatron. I haven't been the card already, but it's a more feminine, masculine archetype with a dog that literally looks like my dog. Like, come on, white with spots, dark spots, and a cute little tail. She just is like right by my side. Love her, my little spirit. Oh my god, are you serious? A crane and another bird, a butterfly, a unicorn, dragon. You're the dragon. Fish, koi, an observer, guide, angel, higher self, God, the dreamer, archangel, Metatron, a leap of faith. A leap of faith. Follow your dreams, unexpected opportunities. I'm pretty sure this is the full, the full reversed. The world, 21. So 0, 21. Archangel Michael, infinity, reflection, mirror, protection around them, portal, full seasons of life, orbs, 4 points, northeast, southwest, compass, 3D, also maybe transcending time and space, moving through darkness into light, into different seasons. There's dry, arid, water, earthy, fiery, mystical, airy. The world, water, fire, air. Yeah. He has two dropping things on him. It's protection, guidance. It's a great angel, Archangel Michael. A job well done, joy, contentment, and gratitude. The path toward enlightenment. Again, connecting with what my sentiment was a few moments ago. A job well done, like, thank you. Whoa. It was tough. I'm just grateful, and as I've said, joy, contentment, and gratitude, like, that's everything I feel and I'm aiming towards. That's the goal. That's the purpose. Content, joy, gratitude, and love. The path toward enlightenment, like, that's all this ever is. Just depends on where you are on the path and your pace. And while that doesn't really matter, we all are going at our own pace, our own journey. They're unique, specific. But the time it takes to get there is up to each person. That's free will, that's autonomy, that's choice, and that's responsibility, accountability, and yeah, that's reverse. So we'll see. 18. So we have 0, 21, 18, the moon. We have one higher major arcana. Actually, I'm sorry, reverse. We have one lower major, lower arcana, the Queen of Air. So lower arcana, more significant, mm, moment based experience, what you're going through in the moment at present, or just pivotal moments, minor level. I don't know how to explain that. Anyway, and then we have three major arcana. So these are like more major life. Lily, Lily, love. Hey, you want some butter? Mm-hmm. Come on. Mm-mm. Going on. Mm. My mama's put banana bread. Oh, bro. Mama. Okay. Mm. No. She needs to sell that stuff. What can we wear? People need to taste that. The crisp with it. It's buttery, it's sweet, crunchy, soft and moist. Tasteful. Okay. And you have the moon. Oh, but major arcana. Major life, significant changes. Very life changing moments and indications and messages. Three of those. And then, okay, anyway. The moon, Archangel Haniel. She looks like a goddess. Like Egyptian but pagan. And a wolf and a dog with two dogs. I have two dogs here. And a big bird. Waterfalls, trees, richness, mm, with water, air. It's two guardians almost, coming out of trees. It feels very connected. Important psychic insights, events behind the scenes, release fears that hold you back. Hmm. I do feel more aligned the greater I get down this path, more aligned with myself and more connected and more trusting of what I'm feeling and what's coming to me and living with more intention and purpose. And through that, that's allowing a more authentic connection with the divine. So important psychic insight. I embrace that. I appreciate that. Events behind the scenes. There's so much going on that I can't even see or know or fathom, and I just know the universe is working in my favor. And yours too. When these fears that hold you back, that I am moving through that uncomfortability. Queen of Air. So Queen of Air is Queen of Wands in traditional tarot. Queen of Air, your clear decision making abilities. Oh, sorry. Queen of Air, Queen of Wands. Situations, in terms of situations. Your clear decision making abilities are needed right now. See through any hidden agendas. It's time to remove anything or anyone from your life whose presence no longer serves your greatest good. Still, try to see the underlying humor. People, in terms of people or individuals, entities, things like that, or even myself. People. Someone with incredible insight and perceptiveness with regards to situations and people. A person with a marvelous wit, a keen mind, and a forthright personality who doesn't take life too seriously. A perfectionist but not judgmental. An unmarried person. Independent, experienced, candid, and realistic. Additional meanings of this card: the need to clear out the clutter, release that weight, carrying too much, baby. Release and the need to carry out, blah, blah, blah. The need to clear out the clutter. Wisdom forged by real life experiences. Stalled romance. We haven't even gotten to that. Divorced individuals, that either. Oh man, so much. Man, I know this is gonna be a whole. I'm only surface level doing this. Not even surface, but I'm not doing a deep dive because I'm gonna do that as the story unfolds. Oh, okay, so we have zero, the dreamer, the fool. It's reversed. The angels bring you this card because you're entering a new and exciting phase of your life. It's important that you believe in yourself and know that the benevolent universe wants you to succeed. I told you, they don't want you to fail. You're doing everything for you. Life's happening for you, not to you. Now is the time for faith and commitment to your dreams, your real purpose, your real intention. Take any necessary steps to move forward with confidence. Try. Try. Listen to your own inner guidance about following your dreams, but be open to information from others regarding the details, steps to take. Be open to others' experiences and insights and what they can assist you through. You can accept other things. Don't be so closed off and don't be so rigid. And know that you don't know it all. Like, I love discovering every day that I don't know anything. And I'm continuously learning, and there's so much to learn. So, but also not getting lost to that completely and being grounded and realistic as in the Queen of Bear. So it really was one extreme to the next, and then finding that middle ground, finding that balance, and really finding that perfect flow, and learning that life is a teeter of getting astray, getting off that balance, and we have to put in the work and the intention and the energy to balance that out and make sure that we don't teeter too far. And it'll get easier the stronger and more resilient you get it. Each time you're faced with a new experience. Those are all moments of reflection and seeing the type of person that you really are, who you really are in this world and in yourself. So, the dreamer. The angels bring you this card because you're entering a new and exciting phase of your life. It's important that you believe in yourself and know that the benevolent universe wants you to succeed. Now is the time for faith and commitment to your dreams. Take any necessary steps to move forward with confidence. Listen to your own inner guidance about following your dreams. Be open to information from others regarding the detailed steps to take. You may be you may need additional input or guidance from an expert before proceeding, but don't let this stall your forward movement. Actively seek the insight you need. Additional meanings in this card: leaps of faith, creative solutions, unexpected opportunities, plus asserting your independence, the need for optimistic approaches to challenges. Archangel Metatron is the overseer of those who are new to the spiritual path and to young people who are spiritually aware. He's a wonderful guide to call upon to help you overcome awkwardness and fully commit. What do you mean? To help you overcome awkwardness and fully commit to taking action and moving forward toward the fruition of your dreams. With Metatron's help, you can retain childlike awe and wonder while making your way in the world. That's all like I'm calling back into my being is to be and embrace my childlike nature, to be trusting, not naive, to have imagination, creativity, awe, wonder, curiosity, not offense, not feel confined by anything or anyone. To want to explore, to be active, to use my energy, to see the outside world, to see outside yourself. When you're a child, you see everything outside of you, but you embrace the experience fully. When you are creative, you come up with so many things. When you just be, when you just allow yourself to flow. That childlike feminine energy. This is the full, this is just rebirth. Being born again and renewed and walking with fresh legs and new eyes. The world, 21. The angel sent you this card because you've happily completed something of great importance. This journey. And it's not complete, but a checkpoint. I've reached a checkpoint to where I look back and I know I'm a different person than I was. And I can take part in that. It's okay, man. I know. I know. You can lay down. Relax. You good, baby. The world. The angel sent you this card because you have happily completed something of great importance. They're congratulating you on a job well done. You're now ready to move on to something new. That I am. Enjoy your feelings of wholeness and completion and give yourself a pat on the back for amazing accomplishment. You've grown spiritually and have evolved to a whole new level in your understanding of the universe. You've experienced significant enlightenment and have expanded your consciousness of how to attain joy and contentment. You feel a great sense of gratitude. You feel a great sense of gratitude. Additional meanings of this card. Perfection. A move to the next level. Receiving an award. A new house or job. Complete clarity. Cosmic awareness. Recognition for the use of your talents. Freedom. Archangel Michael oversees your divine life purpose, and he knows what roles your soul has been born to fulfill. And that's attitude. So she's hypersensitive. She's overly stressed. And that's not good for her. She's not producing stress hormones. Nobody can shut down. So don't do that. We're trying to relax. Relax. You feel it in your body. It's shaking. Release it. Release. Yes. Yes. Release. 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 Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good job, baby. You're all good. I love you. Okay. Archangel Michael oversees your divine life purpose. Purpose. Your life's purpose. Come on. And he knows what roles your soul has been born to fulfill. Use your mother ethical skills, your real genuine and innate skills that come to you naturally. Something you're good at and that feels good, and use those skills and let's highlight those skills in others and we see what we can all bring to the table when we highlight our own individual unique skills. What are you doing? Society. The new earth. Call upon Michael for guidance as to your next steps and for the courage, strength, and confidence. take them. We have the impossible made possible. 9. The impossible made possible. 9. Love brings the sea into boiling and turns a mountain into a pebble. Love creates infinite openings in the dark sky and shudders the earth with its magnitude. Rumi. She spins a greater goddess upon invisible strings amongst the wildly pulsating ballet of life. Stars are born, live and die all around her. Life moves in constant flux, and she spins in her great, loving, constant hero. How can this be? All of creation is born from nothing. Out of endless silence and darkness, light emerges. What strange magic is this? The sun heats and the solar system and burns. The sun heats the solar system and burns, with the power to destroy life. Yet is a force by which life is sustained. Surely this makes no sense and cannot be. We dance in the realm of the impossible, made possible constantly, you and I, significant in our insignificance. We are so engrossed in it, so familiar with it, and yet blind to it, that these constant impossibilities happening in every moment fail to inspire us. Yet we are the biggest, boldest, most extraordinary and impossible dreams compared to what are your biggest, boldest, and most extraordinary and impossible dreams compared to this great impossibility of life itself. Ah, they are but tiny seeds in the Creator's masterful hand being now planted in the heavenly garden. Yes, they are being planted right now, for the moon tells us the time is right. The moon, the other card. Hmm. Most tenderly shall they be watched over, nurtured into fullness according to the season. The seasons on the other card. Wow. Yes, that growth is assured. The impossible is now made possible. Significant in our insignificance. We only limit what we believe to be possible by our lack of imagination. Childlike God. The divine has recourse to all that is, and all that is yet to be. Is there any limit to the resources of heavens? No. So then, why has not every impossible dream now been rendered possible, instead, indeed, manifest and shine in glory upon the earth? The human heart knows everything, and vision can manifest accordingly to divine timing and grace.